Hi there, I'm Lucas Balahood, a licensed real estate professional with the Balahood Group Real Estate Services here in Whitby, Ontario. If you've recently lost a loved one and now need to sell their home, I can understand how can feel really overwhelming. The process can seem complex, but I'm here to help walk you through step by step on what you need to know and what to expect when selling that family member's home. Before the home can be sold, someone needs the legal permission to handle the estate. Now, this is usually the executor who is named in the will. This may be one person, there may be multiple people involved, but they can all be named executors of the estate. If there's no will, the court may actually appoint someone. This is called an estate administrator, basically to help take care of things. This person will likely need to apply for something called probate. And this is a legal process that gives someone the authority to manage the deceased person's assets, including selling of their real estate. Next, you'll want to get some legal advice and understand what the process of probate includes. Now, probate can be a complicated legal process, so it's a good idea to speak with a lawyer who specializes with wills and estates. They can help you with important steps like paying off any debts or handling paying of property taxes before actually selling the property. Sometimes probate can take a while, and that's usually due to things like maybe disagreements amongst family members about what's in the will, creditors making claims against the estate, missing paperwork that might be needed sorting out, or delays in the court in the court system that can just delay the process of getting that probate approved. So you might be wondering if you can list a home for sale before probate has actually been granted. Well, here's a few things to consider. On the pros side of things, you can find a buyer sooner, which may reduce your carrying costs, like mortgage payments, property taxes, and utilities once probate has been granted. And once the property is sold, you might not have to worry about a changing real estate market. Let's say if prices were to drop in a few months once probate is granted, and you can actually close on that property. Or it might involve the estate being able to pay off any debts sooner, rather than having to wait until probate is granted and then listing the property for sale. Some of the negatives on the flip side of that argument, though, you might not be able to finalize the sale until probate is completed, which again can take months, so there are carrying costs associated with that. But a pool of potential buyers may also not be interested in the property or be necessarily even able to wait for the possession date because maybe they've got a financing commitment that has a definitive time period on it and they need to close within that time. Or if there are any disputes over the estate, the sale could be delayed or potentially challenged. So to avoid those type of complications, many real estate representatives, or estate representatives, may choose to wait until probate has been finalized before listing the home for sale, but in some cases a conditional sale can move forward with some proper legal guidance. Getting the home ready for sale. So once we've given the go-ahead from the legal angle and we want to get the home ready for sale, whether this is before or after probate has been granted, the next step is to prepare the home to go to market. So this is going to include a few things like cleaning out and packing up the personal belongings of your family members, making any small repairs if those might be needed. Staging the home can help it really make it more appealing to potential buyers. And then lastly, making sure you get a professional evaluation so you understand what's going on in the marketplace and what the probable value of the home is under the current market conditions. So a real estate agent like myself can help guide you through that process to make sure the home is presented in a way that attracts the most qualified buyers to the property in an effort to get you the best price for that home. The next step, once the home is ready, can be officially listed for sale and go to market. So a real estate agent will take care of all the marketing, arranging showings, and negotiating any offers on your behalf. Some buyers, though, they might ask about the nature of the estate sale. You can kind of get an idea where this is going. In Ontario, you're not actually required to disclose any issues or disclose these types of issues, only issues about the home itself. So these would be described as a latent defect, such as a leaky roof or basement, or maybe plumbing problems that the seller themselves is aware of. But you don't actually have to disclose that maybe someone passed away in the home unless you're specifically asked about it. Nonetheless, it's always best to get legal advice on these type of questions from your lawyer as well. Now, if you've been given the advice, again, to list that home for sale before probate has been granted, Your lawyer will provide you advice on what clauses to include that will allow you, the seller, to advance the closing date once that probate has been approved and officially granted. So if let's say you have a closing date in September and probate is granted in July, you can notify the buyer that you will now close within 30 days, so then the property can then be officially sold and title transferred over to the buyer in August instead of waiting to the September original closing date, as an example. And lastly, closing the sale. Once we've got an accepted offer, we know when probate's going to be completed, or if it has been granted already, when the closing date will then be. Your real estate agent and your lawyer will help finalize all the documents to move the sale forward. And all the money or proceeds from the sale are going to be used to pay off any existing debts and distributed amongst the beneficiaries of the will, or in accordance with any real estate laws here in Ontario. So in closing, selling a loved one's home isn't just a financial process. It's an emotional one too, and I understand that. But you don't have to go through it alone. So as a real estate professional, I'm here to help guide you every step of the way. So if you have any questions or need assistance, feel free to reach out. Thanks so much for watching, and take care.